few weeks since I have done a reading update, but I do have 4 books for you today to talk about. One in particular I did really struggle with, and the other 3 were just, they were good, I enjoyed them, so let's talk about it. Good morning and welcome back, or welcome in if you are new to my channel. I haven't uploaded any videos recently because unfortunately my youngest has been very poorly. She had the chickenpox last week, so last week was just a complete write-off for reading and for uploading videos. However, she is better now. I have managed to finish 4 books before she got poorly and haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about them, but here we are doing it now. One book in particular was quite difficult for me to read, and I did think about putting it down a couple of times, but I pushed through it, so I will be going into a bit more detail about that one. And the other 3 books were 4 stars. I think, yeah, all 3 of them were 4 stars. I did very much enjoy them, so let's get into it. The first book that I finished was Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one we follow our main character Elsie. She goes to a pizza shop on New Year's Eve where she meets Ben. They hit it off straight away, instantly fall in love and get married 6 months later. Unfortunately, about 2 weeks after they get married, he is sadly hit by a truck and passes away. This is obviously very difficult for Elsie because he was her whole world for so many months. And she meets her mother-in-law, which she has never met. And Ben has never told his mother that he was even in a relationship, and definitely not the fact that he had gotten married. So it is difficult for Elsie. They do kind of have to work together to sort out some important details, such as, you know, sorting out his things or sorting out funeral plans, sorting out what he had to do with his savings, that sort of thing. So they do clash quite a bit within this one. However, I did very much enjoy the way this one played out. I enjoyed the ending, and I'm really enjoying Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I find them like a palate cleanser, if that makes sense, because they are just quick, easy reads. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying them. I think I've read about 4, I think this is my 4th one now, and I do obviously have them all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on. She hasn't done me wrong at all yet. The next book that I finished was a bit of a happier romance, and that was Au Pair Affair by Tessa Bailey. This is the 2nd book in the Big Shots series, the first one being Fangirl Down, and this follows the main character from Fangirls Down, Best Friend. She takes a job with a hockey player. There is an age gap within this one, and you know, we all love that. He's a hockey player. He hires her as his au pair to look after his daughter while he's at training and while he's at games. And of course they do spend quite a lot of time together, so of course sparks are going to fly. The main character, Tallulah, she has quite a difficult past. She definitely has issues with trusting men. So she does obviously struggle with the fact that Burgess he's like this big burly man, so she definitely has her reservations, but he's just so sweet, he's just so kind, he's like a cuddly bear. And the spicy scenes within this one were also very good. But yes, very much enjoyed this one. 4 stars. Moving on to a buddy read that I finished. It did take us a couple of weeks to get through this one because she is a chunky book, but that was Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the prequel series to From Blood and Ash. We did want to try and get the series done before the last book of Blood and Ash, which is out in September, I believe. I'm not sure we are going to get a chance to finish them all, because I think there's 4 books within this series. But we very much enjoyed this one. This takes place 1,000 years before we meet Poppy in Blood and Ash. But I enjoyed this one. It did slow down quite a little bit in between, but it soon picked up. The last sort of 50 to 100 pages or so, it definitely left me wanting more. But I do think that Jennifer L. Armentrout is very good at that. She definitely draws you in a lot towards the end, and I definitely cannot wait to pick up the next one. I'm not sure when it will be. I just started another buddy read, so it's going to be a couple of weeks yet. I don't actually own the next book of this one. I was going to pick it up on my Kindle because they are cheaper, because these books are really expensive. I think the next one is like £17 or something like that for a paperback, but I do own all of the others from Blood and Ash series and obviously this one, so I probably will actually get the physical copy at some point. Maybe I'll read it on my Kindle and then just keep an eye out for maybe a cheaper copy so that I can put it on my shelf. But we will see. Very much enjoyed it, again, 4 stars. Okay, so moving on to a book that is extremely popular. I have seen so many people absolutely loving this book, and I do understand why. I absolutely adore this series. Well, the first 4 books in this series, and that was releasing 10. This is book 6 within the Binding 13 series. Boys of Tommen series. So this one follows Lizzie. We meet Lizzie in the other books, and she is a difficult character to like, especially in Taming 7. She is... I really found her insufferable to read. When reading Taming 7, I just couldn't stand her attitude, the way that she treated people, the way that she treated her friends. And of course, you kind of know that something is going on. As to reasons why she is the way that she is, and of course you do obviously get that aspect of why she is like she is within this book. This, I think what I was expecting from this one was we were going to carry on from Taming 7, and I know that I shouldn't have really thought that because of reading the other books. It always starts off when they are much younger. I think Lizzie is 5 when we first get into this one, and she does have bipolar and of other things that she struggles with day to day. Don't know how much I can go into this one without giving any spoilers, but I will put a spoiler warning just in case I accidentally say something that you don't want to know about this book. So if you haven't read this one, maybe move on, maybe come back. I'm not going to go into the full story, but Hugh Biggs is Claire's brother from the other series, and him and Lizzie have a very strong relationship from such a young age. Like I said, she's 5, I think he's about 6 or 7, and they grow up together. He understands Lizzie like nobody else. She does have tendencies to self-harm. She is going through a lot. She is being sexually assaulted from such a young age. I think it does start from when she's about 5 or 6, and it just carries on up until she is much older. I think they're about 15 when this one ends. So we do have to go through quite a lot of sexual abuse scenes, which of course is very, very difficult to read. I have read, as you know, I've read quite a lot of extreme horror and extreme books where sexual abuse is, you know, quite frequent in those sorts of books, so I can handle that. Of course, I struggle to read it. It's, you know, it's so hard to read those sorts of scenes, but I can handle it. What I struggled with the most, I think, with Lizzie's character is the fact that she was so sexualized when she was a bit older, when she's about 11, 12. And I do understand, I'm not naive to the fact that she thinks that this is how she is to show her love and appreciation for people. Like with Hugh, she loves him so much, you know, he loves her, they've grown up together and they have such a bond. But she is constantly trying to entice him to sleep with her and touch her and things like that. And like I said, I know that she probably believes that this is how she shows her love, because this is how she's been raised, in a sense, with the sexual abuse that she has had since she was little. So this is how she believes she shows affection, and I'm not naive to that at all. I just do believe that the author could have gone around it a bit differently. I think I struggled the most with it because I have an 11-year-old and an 11-year-old daughter, and I have a 12-year-old stepdaughter as well, excuse me. So I think her being over-sexualized at such a young age, I just couldn't do it. I found myself trying to skim past the pages where she was trying to entice Hugh into sleeping with her, because the thought of my daughters even having those kind of feelings and having those kind of thoughts just absolutely repulsed me. I do think the author could have gone around it a bit differently. I don't think she needed to sexualize these characters at such a young age. Maybe waited just until they are that little bit older, as in 15, 16. Even 15 I struggled with, but, you know, I was 15 once. I understand, you know, hormones are raging and all that. So you know, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I did struggle with that aspect of it. It did come to a point where I was texting my friends Shah and Ash, who have both read this one. Shah very much enjoyed this one, but also struggled as well. She had to keep putting it down while she was reading it, and yeah, I think maybe I should have just took some breaks from it rather than just solid reading it. Maybe if I'd put it down a couple of times, it might have helped me get through it a bit more. I did finish it. I did say when I finished it that I think this was it for me with this series. Like I said, I absolutely adore books 1 to 4, but this one just sort of pushed me over the edge. I did say I didn't think I was going to carry on with the series. However, they are older now. Like I said, it does end when they are about 15, 16. So I may carry on with the series when she does. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon that she's bringing out the next book. I may carry on just to see how their story sort of ends. But we will see. I'm not going to say for certain that I am definitely going to be reading it. I did rate this one 3 stars, but now thinking about it, I'm not sure I could have rated it really. But yes, we'll see. That's it. I don't really know what else to say about this book without obviously giving too much away. But it was a difficult read, but not for the reasons that people would probably think that it was difficult. But yes, yeah. So there you have it. Those are the 4 books that I've recently finished. I did finish 2 other books within the month that I spoke about a few weeks ago. So that, I guess, is my full reading wrap up. Yes, I will be back soon with another video. I have started The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I've also started a buddy read as well, which I'm very much enjoying. So yeah, I will be back on Friday and hopefully talking about this one. It will be a few weeks before we finish the buddy read. But yes, thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would very much appreciate it, and I will see you soon. Bye.